Hello teacher, my name is Jamran Sabatniri and I come from English 101 class A morning shift, and I'm about to do a slide presentation about my final assignment. This is my slide presentation. My name is Jamran Sabatniri and this is about the final assignment. The second page is about the content. I have 4 main contents. The first one is introduction of the essay. It has 2 points in it. The first one is general statement and thesis statement, and the second content is about the body of the essay. Generally, essays usually have 3 or more main ideas, but for my presentation, I have only 3 main ideas to talk, and I will be giving examples of each main idea to support my ideas. And the third content is about conclusion, and the last content is about my recommendation, my point of view, my perspective. Yes. So before we begin into detail, I want to talk about my topic. My topic is some students like classes where teachers lecture, means do all the talking in the class. Other students prefer classes where the students do some of the talking. Which type of class do I prefer? Give specific reasons and details to support my choice. So for me, I choose students do some of the talking with the teacher. Yes. Um, so this is the introduction of the essay. General statement. Education is one of the most important things in everybody's life. Each person should have a really good education to be successful in life. Therefore, a good condition in classroom is really important. Students should feel comfortable in the class to understand materials better. Some students prefer to just sit in the class and listen to the professor. But on the other hand, some children like to be part of the lecture and talk in the class around the topic. For me, I personally prefer the second way, is the students be part of the lecture and talk back to the teacher. This is thesis statement. Having some conversations can help students to improve themselves by understanding better and communicating easier. And this is the body of the essay. First of all, the students would understand the lessons much better and easier. For example, if the teacher continues to lecture without giving any chance for the students to talk, the teacher will be left with no idea how far the students has understood the topic. If the teacher spend some time at the end of the class for discussion, and if he give chance for students to ask questions, this increase the scope of learning for students, and this help all other students in class too. It means like when he teaches, um, when he teach or after he explains each point, he should ask students about the question that they want to ask, whether they have questions in their mind or not. Like when I was in high school, my teacher, uh, my teacher, my IT teacher explained about the technique to record the screen of a laptop, and at the end of the class, he asked all of us to to speak up about our questions that we want to ask. And many of us has a lot of questions, so he asked us one by one, and he answered one by one clearly, and we understand it very well that way. Secondly, um, a good relationship between the professor and student is very important for learning. Why? Because if professor goes on teaching, if he keep teaching and he never let us talk or let us ask any questions, the student doesn't feel like they can like show their idea, talk about their ideas or questions, and they will start to feel uncomfortable and afraid to ask, and that is not a good thing. Like when I was in high school, my geography teacher, he teaches well, he explains well, but he doesn't let us talk much in class. He like to do all the teaching, all the explaining. He let us listen, so we didn't get any chance to ask him the questions, and we started to feel like he is too strict. So not really much of us communicate with him, like for fun, you know. And the last point is it is fun because some students, when listening to a teacher, like generally when listening to something or to somebody for more than 1 hour, it's not so interesting. It gets boring over time, right? And students, especially the young ones, they love to have fun. They will learn better in that atmosphere. Like for example, some scientists did many researches on people who were in the same classes in two different schools. One group of people were in classic atmosphere, and the second group were in a modern class with many new educational techniques. After a semester, they compared the result, and they found out that the second class, which was more fun, were better than the other group. It means the class that has new educational techniques is better than the class that has classic atmosphere. Surprisingly, they found out that they were more satisfied too, and they did a lot of fun activities in class. Uh, in conclusion, because of the reason I explained earlier, just like I explained earlier, I prefer classes where students are given chance to talk. Because when they talk with the teacher, they will not they will no longer feel shy. They will get more brave, and yes, they will no longer shy. They open up, and they can also learn more by, if the teacher give us chance to participate in class discussions, like in group, like in our college in UC. We have we have a lot of group discussions, and that is really useful because we it it improves our communication between with friends, with our classmates, and we get new ideas from everyone in our group. Yes, and I really like it. And from my point of view, uh like as I explained earlier, I think the best option is to let students do some of the talking with the professors. Like they talk back, they ask questions, the professor would answer anything. Yes, a class like that is interesting, and it won't be boring to learn, to study. So if they have a lot of those kind of class, I think students will love it a lot.